7 foods destroying your belly fat goals. Cut these out immediately. You have been exercising. You have been trying to eat better, but that belly fat refuses to move. And the reason might not be what you think. It is not about eating less. It is about understanding exactly which foods are triggering the specific hormonal responses that tell your body to store fat, particularly around your abdomen. In this video, we break down the 7 foods most responsible for stubborn belly fat, the science behind why each one works against you, and exactly what to replace them with. Stay until the end because number 7 is the one most people never suspect. Before we get into the 7 foods, you need to understand something important. Not all fat is the same. The fat that sits around your belly, called visceral fat, is not just cosmetically frustrating. It wraps around your internal organs, your liver, pancreas, and intestines, and actively releases inflammatory chemicals into your bloodstream every single day. Visceral fat is directly linked to heart disease, type 2 diabetes, stroke, and certain cancers. It is the most metabolically dangerous fat in your body, and 2 hormones are almost entirely responsible for putting it there and keeping it there. Cortisol, your stress hormone, and insulin, your blood sugar hormone. Every food on this list either spikes insulin, elevates cortisol, or both simultaneously. And when those 2 hormones are constantly elevated, your body becomes a fat storing machine, particularly around your abdomen. Now let us break down exactly which foods are doing this to you. Number 1, beer. And this one surprises most people. Beer is not just high in calories. It has one of the highest glycemic indexes of any consumable on Earth. The moment alcohol enters your system, your liver prioritizes metabolizing it above everything else, meaning any food you ate alongside it gets stored directly as fat rather than burned as energy. Beer also dramatically elevates cortisol, your primary belly fat storing hormone. Studies show that regular beer consumption is directly associated with increased visceral fat accumulation. And the term beer belly is not just a cultural joke. It is a documented metabolic response. What to do instead? If you drink socially, choose dry red wine occasionally, which contains resveratrol and has a significantly lower glycemic impact. But nothing beats cutting alcohol entirely when fat loss is the goal. Number 2. White bread. White bread is made from refined white flour, a grain that has been stripped of its fiber, its bran, and virtually all of its nutritional value during processing. What remains is essentially pure starch that your digestive system converts to glucose almost instantly. Your blood sugar spikes sharply, insulin surges in response, and the excess glucose that cannot be used for immediate energy is converted directly into fat, with your abdomen being the preferred storage location. White bread also contains gluten proteins that can cause gut inflammation in many people, further disrupting the hormonal environment that controls fat storage. What to do instead? Switch to sourdough or whole grain bread made from unrefined flour. The fiber slows glucose absorption dramatically, producing a completely different metabolic response in your body. Number 3. Sugary soft drinks. And this is arguably the single most dangerous food on this entire list. A standard can of soda contains up to 39 grams of sugar, almost entirely in the form of high fructose corn syrup. Unlike glucose, which every cell in your body can use for energy, fructose can only be metabolized by your liver. When your liver receives this flood of fructose, it has one primary option: convert it to fat. Studies show that regular consumption of sugary drinks is one of the strongest predictors of visceral fat accumulation of any dietary factor ever studied. It also drives insulin resistance, meaning your cells become progressively less responsive to insulin over time, which means your body has to produce more and more insulin to achieve the same effect, creating a vicious cycle that makes belly fat increasingly difficult to lose. What to do instead? Sparkling water with fresh lemon or lime, herbal teas, black coffee. Your liver will immediately begin recovering. Number 4. Potato chips. Potato chips are one of the most perfectly engineered belly fat foods in existence, and that is not an accident. They are ultra-processed, loaded with refined carbohydrates, high in inflammatory seed oils, and deliberately designed with a combination of salt, fat, and sugar that overrides your brain's natural satiety signals, meaning your body never gets the message that you have had enough. The refined carbohydrates spike insulin rapidly. The inflammatory seed oils drive systemic inflammation. The excess salt causes water retention around the abdomen, and the engineered flavor combinations keep you eating far more than you ever intended. What to do instead if you are craving potato? Choose whole baked potatoes or sweet potatoes with their skin on. Your body processes them completely differently. The fiber slows absorption, the nutrients are intact, and your satiety signals actually work. Number 5, ice cream. Ice cream represents a particularly problematic combination for belly fat, high sugar combined with high fat in a single food. Here is why this combination is so dangerous. Fat alone does not dramatically spike insulin. Sugar alone spikes insulin moderately. But sugar combined with fat together creates a synergistic insulin response that is significantly more powerful than either one alone. Your pancreas releases a large surge of insulin. Your fat cells, particularly visceral fat cells, have more insulin receptors than any other fat cells in your body. They absorb and store the calories from this combination with extraordinary efficiency. The result is direct and rapid visceral fat deposition. What to do instead? Frozen blended banana with a teaspoon of raw cocoa powder and coconut milk. It delivers natural sweetness, healthy fats, and antioxidants without the insulin catastrophe. Number 6, processed sausages. Processed meats, including sausages, hot dogs, and deli meats, are among the most inflammatory foods in the modern diet. They are packed with saturated fat that raises LDL cholesterol and promotes arterial inflammation. They contain excessive sodium that causes water retention and raises blood pressure. And they are loaded with nitrate preservatives that have been directly linked to increased inflammation and metabolic disruption in multiple long-term studies. Chronic inflammation, which processed sausages consistently drive, is one of the primary underlying causes of stubborn visceral fat. Inflammation dysregulates the hormones that control fat storage and fat burning simultaneously. What to do instead? Choose whole cuts of lean unprocessed meat like chicken breast, turkey, or salmon, or plant-based protein sources like lentils, chickpeas, and tempeh. Number 7, and this is the one most people never fully consider: commercial desserts. Cakes, pastries, cookies, muffins, and donuts from shops and supermarkets. These products are specifically engineered using 3 ingredients that represent the worst possible combination for belly fat. Refined white flour that spikes blood sugar instantly. Artificial trans fats and hydrogenated oils that drive systemic inflammation and directly promote visceral fat accumulation. And excessive added sugar that floods your liver with fructose and creates a massive insulin surge. But here is what makes commercial desserts uniquely dangerous compared to the other foods on this list. They are specifically formulated by food scientists to override your brain's satiety signals, using precise ratios of sugar, fat, and salt that create a bliss point your brain cannot resist. They are designed to make you eat more than you intended every single time. What to do instead? If you need something sweet, choose dark chocolate above 70% cocoa, fresh fruit with natural nut butter, or homemade energy balls made from oats, dates, and nuts. Is the simple truth about belly fat that most people never hear. You cannot out-exercise a diet that constantly spikes insulin and elevates cortisol. These 2 hormones override everything. But the moment you remove the foods that constantly trigger them, your body shifts from fat-storing mode to fat-burning mode. And visceral fat is actually the first type of fat your body targets when this shift happens. You do not need to be perfect. You do not need to cut everything at once. Start with the one food on this list that you consume most frequently. Remove it completely for 2 weeks. Replace it with a whole food alternative. Then move to the next one. Your hormones will begin resetting within days. Your belly will begin responding within weeks. Belly fat is not a willpower problem. It is a hormonal problem. And now you know exactly which 7 foods are driving those hormones in the wrong direction every single day. Remove them one by one. Replace them with whole foods your body was designed to process. And watch what happens to your body over the next 30 days. Share this video with someone whose health depends on hearing it. Subscribe for more science-based nutrition content that gives you real answers, not just motivation.